Go. I do believe we are live, so I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. I thank you for joining me once again, for finding yourself in this conscious evolution. Today's stream topic is going to be about how every single heartbeat is a good vibration. Essentially, thinking about the fact that this universe basically operates on some sort of vibrational principle, that technically things are local and non-local, particles and waves. You are both the particle, right? An individual unit, and yet your heartbeat is constantly oscillating this wave into this universe. And I believe, including for our little pets, that every single heartbeat is a good vibration in this universe, right? Like if we think about the likelihood of a human form like you are, never mind even thinking about your individual, right? Personality, body shape, etc., the unlikeliness of that, but also thinking about the unlikeliness of us existing at all, of us having a heartbeat at all. And then to see every single heartbeat not only influencing this body, oxygenating your cells, but also echoing vibrations out into the universe and celebrating yourself at that. It's a blessing having you friends here. Sorry for being a little bit late. My screen brightness was so low, I could not see something on the device. So I was trying to use voice commands. And then it was like, oh, you want me to increase your screen brightness? Press one of these buttons of how much you want your screen brightness. I'm like, bro, I can't see anything. I need you to brighten the screen for me so I can see something. Don't ask me to press buttons. So yeah, I had to run inside just to get it into the darkness so I can see again. My heart started beating faster. It's nice having your friends as heartbeats here with me. We have Zano and Joy Vive and Sam and Shan, Duck Dad, of course, and Brother Dan. So many blessings to you, dear friends. How does it feel to have a heartbeat? Again, and we talked about this in yoga as well, realizing that this heartbeat that you have has been consistently there for you. Dudup, 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 since your conception. Hey Google, at what age or at what developmental stage does the heart start beating in the womb? Sorry, I don't understand. Please stop telling me that, dude. Why if I hit the search button, you understand exactly what I'm saying? 35 days to 37 days. That's crazy. That's so crazy. So within 35 to 37 days, your heart starts beating and it doesn't stop until you dead, right? Acknowledge that that is actually a miracle. The fact that you have this beating heart that's just actively supporting your life, wants to see you stay alive. Meltmore, check the Discord. I made 4 emotes. You did? You gonna laugh so hard? What's that? I think I missed some comments. You're gonna You're gonna laugh so hard. I'm looking forward to it already. Let me check. Where did you post them? In general? Neat. Share your work. I am scan. I am scanning. I'm seeing duck dadding. Neat. Uh, in creative space. Why won't you tell me, Zano? Why do I have to search for it? I'm having a hard time right now. My brain is like, bruh, why are you so stupid though? Why don't you have omnipresence already? Why don't you know everything? Let's see if you let me know. Check Discord. Maybe my direct messages. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you, Zano. That makes more sense. Oh, okay. Loading. Thinking about it. Thinking about it more. These are great. Spicy milk. I love them so much. The Alex Gray one is the best. That's it's cursed. It's so cursed. I agree with you, Zano, but it's so good. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's good. Oh goodness. I think the low resolution makes it even better. Maybe this will be our preliminary, round of emojis, and then eventually we'll upgrade them. Get them all HD or something. It's thinking about it. I clicked on the photo and I was like, I need to think about it. I haven't. Okay, there we go. Maybe I have to practice a little bit more. This it's so bad and so good at the same time. It's the resolution. Just practicing is perfect. No, it's perfect. I love it. That's the first one, or the fourth one, technically. I really like the spicy melty one as well. Like, really, really like this one. The freaking spice melt on the Tabasco bottle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one is definitely being kept. The Shad message. So cute. Bruh, stop thinking about it. Oh, you already loaded the photo. Stop thinking. Stop it. Already know what it looks like. There we go. Thank you. The Shad message. Have the most beautiful. There we go. And then I love is true. Bruh, stop thinking about it. Oh, why do you have to be thinking about it? Technologies. Like I'm just getting triggered because it's already loaded, right? It's in my text chat. Like the photo is there, and then I click on it, and it's like, oh, let me think about that photo you had in your hand, and then clicked on. There we go. Love is true. Thank you, thank you, Zada, for your effort. The Alex Gray one is melting my brain a little bit. I love it like unreasonably much. Uh, I like this something that it does something to me. The infinity on my forehead, is melting my brain as well. Thank you, Zano. Thank you for the effort. Thank you for blessing me with your work. The universe is perfectly balanced harmonically. Think about it. It's perfect. How crazy is that? Is it crazy? Is it crazy? Like I was thinking about this yesterday. I do these recaps of my own philosophy, right? And I couldn't sleep last night. For the life of me, I was up until 5 a.m. laying there, seething, being like, oh, this fucking sucks. I can't sleep, and all I want is sleep, right? I don't want anything right now. All I want is to sleep, and that's the one thing I can't get right now. So I was like going through my categories, my catalogs, my libraries of understanding, and I was thinking about trying to explain my theory of God to someone. I was specifically thinking about how more likely than not I'm going to get called out for calling you God, right? It's like, no, you're not allowed to do that because God is all powerful and all good. And the way that I would like to counter that, and I was doing this last night in my mind, thinking about that God, in the traditional sense, right, in the theological sense, is this entity out there somewhere that's all powerful, all knowing, all good, right? Where I don't actually believe in that model of God. And we've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. The model of God that I have is one of duality, right? A unity in duality, where there is the observer and then there is the observed. And those two are like polarities of God, right? There is the physical embodiment of God, where God within infinity chooses to be here right now. And then there is the here right now, right? In the middle of infinity. The fact that you, as that centering consciousness, is showing up in this moment. And then realizing that centering consciousness, that all awareness, is literally in everything. And it does so to make balance, to find balance, right? Because that's the only way for everything to be in balance, is if everything is experienced, right? Like that's the way that I think about it. And that includes the bad stuff, because that's what people get wrong, at least in my mind, about what God is supposed to be. Because they think of it as this superhero, I think might be the right word to say, right? Where I don't think of it as a superhero, but a presence so loving that it's willing to experience everything, even the worst of the worst, is willing to endure even the worst of the worst, right? And I feel like that is where the whole Jesus story, does resonate for me as well. It's that loving presence that's willing to embody the worst of the worst, right? But every single one of us is going to have to embrace the worst of the worst in one way or another in our own lives at some point. And if you realize, if you can lean into that part of you that is God, not this physical self doesn't have to be all powerful. It is the version of you that is receiving this moment. It's the version of you that can be aware of your own heartbeat, right? And like that version of you, I believe, doesn't go away. It's that version of us that I believe is God. And I believe that version of God is in everything, in the trees, in the grass, in the microorganisms, and especially in our pets, right? I was like talking to Pippi today. I was like looking at her, looking at me while I was making coffee. And I go, I think, therefore I am. And I see her becoming antsy. And I go, what are you thinking, Pippi? Are you thinking something at all? Is that just noise in your head? Do you think? And if you don't think, are you? And I could see Pippi being like, yes, kind of like being tripped out by that line of questioning. But I do. I believe she has a theory of mind. I don't think it might be as complex as mine, but I do believe she has a theory of mind because she makes decisions, right? She likes certain things and she doesn't like certain things. If she's in play mode and she wants to bite my fingies lightly, she doesn't hurt me ever, at least not recently. She doesn't like being picked up, right? And if she had no theory of mind, in my mind, that wouldn't be the case. Is Kavel here talking about God? Here he is. Nice having you. I was thinking about you as well yesterday, bro. Like as I was thinking about all of this stuff last night, I was thinking about Shiva, and then you're very much attached to the Shiva fractal for me as well. Can't stay. You were here, bro. Sending your lovin's, man. Thank you for sharing even a moment of your time. Let me see some more comments. Things worth saying. Every single heartbeat is a good vibration. Love you, bro. I'm so happy that you're resonating with that, right? Doesn't it feel good to say that? Every heartbeat, doof. It's a good vibration, doof. Because not having a heartbeat, at least from your perspective, is not a good vibration, right? Like if you're sitting there and suddenly you're like, oh, my heart's no longer beating, you're not going to be stoked about that. You're going to be like, oh shit, I don't think that's supposed to be like that. What's up with the kiddies? I'm curious as well to let us know how they're doing. Everyone. Everyone though? I believe so. I do. Because again, if not for everything and for everyone, including the worst of humanity, there would be a void in everything. Right? Like that's the joke. That is where it like gets a little bit trippy for me to try and explain it to someone else. Because people have this idea of purity when it comes to God as well, right? Of like, oh yeah, God is too holy to do anything wrong, right? To experience anything bad, to exploit, to etc. etc. But that is a part of experience, and God experiences all, literally all, as in there's nothing. Like, and believe you me, there are things to experience that go so far beyond what we can experience in the physical plane of existence that it's absurd, right? Like it's straight up, it goes beyond reasoning, far beyond reasoning. And yet God is there for that as well, right? Everything, including the bad. And then again, and I've shared this before, what we think of as good as bad is relative, right? And I'm going to use this fractal over and over again. I can see it through my life. Is if an asteroid, right, is on a collision course with Earth, and then hits Earth and kills a billion human beings, are we going to call that asteroid evil? Is that a bad asteroid? Or is it just an asteroid? Right? And if we figured out a technology to veer that asteroid off of our path, is the asteroid going to think, man, these are bad humans for not letting me kill a billion people? No, I don't believe so. It's relative at the end of the day. Is that Naren as well? Bro, so much love is to you too, man. It's nice seeing you. Sending you so much good vibes. Thank you for eating your heartbeat here with us, man. Oh, here we go. American fascists say 6 weeks. 6 weeks for the abortion thing. A part of me wants to believe that it's only truly a person when you start breathing air, right? When you're aware that you're now suddenly in the world, right? And that, like, again, I am not the person to speak on these terms. What I do, however, know is that I'm not a woman, right? And I will never have to go through the process of having an actual child digesting inside my body. And not being able to do that, one, not knowing the pain, the discomfort, the societal expectations, the norms, the financial implications, etc., 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 of that whole situation, I don't think of myself as an authority, right? I feel if anybody has to make the decision, it should be women. And we'll put it down with that. Let's let's slowly back away from this explosive topic. I direct messages you love is true. Melt, I'm trying to get my brother, who's the teacher, to submit to NASA that is giving out seedlings of tree seeds that were on the moon. I want some moon trees. Yeah. Maybe there's some sort of genetic, change that happens to them. Apparently that happens. If we have seed in space because of like cosmic waves or something like that, the genetics change. We actually know about that right now. So some moon trees sounds pretty cool to me, dude. I'm just practicing. That's so awesome, Zano. Love is true. Thank you for sharing love once again. A beautiful pony snuck up to me at work yesterday. He's a mini dude. And what a happy existence it was to give him some ear scratches. Yeah, a little heartbeat, right? Think about that. There's a beating heart in that being. And that being with that beating heart in them chooses to move themselves through space and time to get close to you so that you can give them ear scratches. If that isn't a good vibration, then I don't know what is, yeah. Blessings to you, friends, for joining me right now. Thank you for finding yourself in the space. Lozano, so good. Love the hot sauce one so much. Yeah, that one is definitely gonna go on the emoji pack. It can be a cool one to spam. Melt is reeing. My technology stops working for a split second. Start screaming. Oh, lol, you guys, thanks so much. Thank you, Zano. Thank you, friend. It's an honor to be able to celebrate you and your heartbeat as well. Those are fabulous, Zano. My favorites are the spicy and the Shan message. Speaking of spicy melt, the chocolate habanero, mislabeled, turned out ghost peppers, one of the hottest in the world. Yeah, mislabeled, let's say. It wasn't me. It's like, oh, we're called Meltmore. Like I don't know if I'm only a chocolate habanero. I'm not gonna melt anything. Let me myself into a oven, a ghost pepper. Of course, that's not how it works, but I think I'm happy with this predicament, brother bear. I think it's the way it's supposed to be. As a fan of hot ones, I've watched it as well. I appreciate spicy melt. Love you, Nancy. We are going to make a mouth melt. Yeah, mouth melt. Me and Duck Dad is eventually going to collaborate and make a hot sauce, and we can take 50-50 on that. I look forward to it, Duck Dad. Duck Dad is like, I'm not joking, oh. It might take us a few years, but we'll sell hot sauce one day, bro. Mark my words. We'll call it mouth melt, and it'll be hot sauce. And then I'll take a bottle of mouth melt with me when I go and do a Hot Ones episode. Yeah, manifest. Manifest. I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me. Like oh goodness. Thank you for putting that seed in my mind again, Angie, for letting me grow that little plant. I can't sleep for nothing either. It's weird, huh? Like I feel like there's something different. There's something in the air right now, and it's keeping me awake. Like, and this is something that I was tripping out about last night, especially. I did technically ask to be able to sleep less. I've been manifesting slash meditating on it, where I was like, oh, it would be great if I didn't have to sleep. I say to the universe, and the universe is like, oh yeah, bet. How about you don't? And then I lay awake at 5 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I did ask for this. But the worst part is that I wasn't tired. I was mentally realizing that okay, I'm supposed to be sleeping right now. But physically, I was like, this is fine. This is great. Nothing wrong here. I'm busy. Okay, let me continue reading. Are you going to bring the pony an apple? Hopefully. Maybe even take us a little short video. Nancy, I love the show. Best interviewer ever. Great concept. Yeah. I've forgotten his name now. I feel bad. I've watched so many of his episodes. Haven't gone. I know exactly what he looks like. He's like a gob fractal in my mind. Every single time I see him, I think about Gobbledygoo as well. What are you gonna do with them? Sauce. I love that show too. It really is a good one. Crazy Fool, probably. Joy, you better believe tomorrow I'm bringing an apple to the pony photos. Absolutely melted. They really are cute. I'm calling the pony Nathan. That's actually so good. Nathan is a perfect one. I used to know a Nathan when I was working in China. Kristen, you have great taste. You seem to love all the same things. I mean, there is a reason we're attracted into the space after all, right? We do have some synchronicities, some similarities, some things that we find ourselves sharing, fortunately, including, and not limited to, heartbeats. Doof, doof, doof. I see Maxine in chat. Doof, doof. Feel that heartbeat, but can share as much love as I can as possible. Love you, Cable. You might be gone already, Brother Bear. We're sending you love. Rabbit, you can imagine how surprised I was looking up from my work with headphones on and seeing this magnificent beast. I think being able to see a wild animal, well, just an animal. I'm like starting this fractal, but it instantly teleported me back to like my childhood, where I would go and visit my grandma. And across from my grandma's house, there was this fence. And in that fence were a bunch of horses. And I would do this thing where I would run up to the fence and then try to get the horse's attention, right? And I was lucky enough to sometimes get them to come all the way up to the fence, close to me. I couldn't reach them. I couldn't like get my hands through the fences, but I could feed them pieces of fruit, and I would like gather grass, and then I would like scrunch it together and push it through the holes. And I started ripping plants out of my grandma's garden, and I would like take a bunch of different plants, and I would think to myself, oh yeah, if I was a horse, I would try this plant. It looks good. And then I pull some of that plant off of the plant, take it to the horse, and then I see it not liking that, and I would make that mental connection. Okay, doesn't like this one, does like these ones. And then every single time I would go back to my grandma's place, I would, basically wait at the gate or wait at that fencing. Sometimes they wouldn't come. Sometimes they were somewhere else, but it really is special. I'm teleporting there with you right now, Duck Dad. Sending you blessings, bro. Dance with me, baby. How are you, my brother? Already gone, it seems. I hope he's good. Nathan is the best name for a pony ever. Agreed. Siobhan joining us too. Melton Moore, of course. No, you. Love to you, dear friend. It's nice having you here, Xiao. Okay, can someone start it? Can someone start a Discord thread? I want all of our foreign friends to do a word of the day with me and their native language. I can help with English and some German. What better way to melt? I mean, you can do that, bro. Can't you? Do you have to be a mod to make threads. Either way, maybe someone will be there with you. Rabbit, my wife groaned at the punniness. I like it, dude. I think it's perfect. Oh, cool. I want to expand my swearing lexicon. Can we do that? Why not? Sam Corway, yeah. I know a few Russian curse words, but I'm not going to start profanitying. I groan too, but that's part of me that likes it. Love is true. Naren, blessings again to you. Doug, repuns, yes, some are groaners, but I thought that was a really good one. I loved. I ironically believe that clever puns are the best form of comedy. I feel the level of directness with puns is the thing that makes it funny to me. Right? There's no setup. It's just punchline. Right? Ah, I met a horse. Technically, that's setup. Right? I'm calling him Nathan. Right? There's so simple. Hey, Malo. Blessings to you, bro. It's nice having you here. I don't think I have permission to create use your words, but I think that's a great name for it. Maybe I'll give you permission to. Let me see if I can do it right now. Lily, lily, skibbity baba, skibbity. Good old Nathan. A bruh, wise are use not doing. There used to be like a tab on the right side of Discord. Do I have to go somewhere else? Oh, I'm getting scammed. I will not become enraged. I am loving presence. I am calm awareness. Yeah, that feels good actually. Let me see if I can go to the inner settings. Edit, server profile, settings. Community settings. Name. That's not the one. Moderation. No. I can feel the collective melt, please. I know. I'm struggling as well. Usually it's as easy as I pull right and then there's a list of names and then I click on those names and then it's done. But alas, Discord changes things. How dare you, Discord, change things? Let's see if I can find Kristen quickly. Does my dad have Discord? I just saw Melt Dad in my Discord server. Maybe he does. Did I do that for him? Why do I feel like I'm having like some sort of memory lapse? I'm trying to find your username. Let me go to this one, maybe. There we go. Manage, edit roles, Molten One. Boom. Moderator. Now you got moderation, mereros, privileges, just like that. That wasn't too painful, actually. You can also do it by just finding the person's name. Hey, Joe Schmo is joining us too. Blessings to you, bro. Bino, it's nice having you. Ducky depends. I think they're clever. Our pets seem to get a variety of Sphinx moths, as you suggested. He's a little piggy. That is true. It's nice having you here, Shell. Sending you blessings too. Good morning, loves. Don't mind the dark circles on my eyes from my wild hair. I haven't gotten a chance to wash off the swamp witch. I feel the same way, Maxine, to be completely honest. I did actually wash my hair, but it seems to swamp hair nonetheless. And I also feel like I have dark circles around my eyes. I feel like I'm only 50% here. But I feel like I'm on the wave, right? Like on the wave. Not too far out at least. Can't always get the hose max. Swamp Witch is my favorite from Bath and Body Works. Is that I'm just imagining like a scent, you know. Ah, get yourself the new Swamp Witch bath and conditioner for the wildest of creatures. Your favorite creature commonly found in the store, Doc. I'm happy that Jovan or Sav is going in the same fractal. Watch of the witchiness, you better don't. Swamp Witch, Swamp Witch, Swamp Witch. Let's see if it makes Flojo appear. I mean, he's here. He did actually, show up. I don't know if you manifested him directly, but I wouldn't be surprised, Shell. When my wife was pregnant with Duckling, I reminded her every day that there was a tiny human pooping inside of her. Oh, please don't. Oh goodness. Like if I was pregnant with someone, I would not want to be reminded of that fact. It's like, can you like not? I am pregnant with your child right now. You shut the fuck up. You shut your mouth. Oh, Joe Butt, you see me. We love you, dear friend. Bath and Body Works always makes something called Swamp Witch. They actually do. I was just in Saskatoon last weekend and saw a BBW body Bath Body Works Swamp Witch. I like it. I'm kind of there for it. I'm imagining what it would smell like. For some reason, my mind goes to pumpkin spice, but I feel like that's stereotypical or something. Next time, I'll check it out. Exactly what I feel like. Something's in the air, shifting seasons, I think. That's probably a part of it. That's how they bathe prisoners, not witches. Shan agreed. That's the change of seasons this past weekend. No, they were totally mislabeled by mistake. I'm a bit unorganized, you don't say. For a long time, they were the same thing, beans. Here's my bear bugs for y'all. Don't mind the morning breath. We love you. Thank you for bear hugging all of us. Speaking of Swamp Witch fragrance, I love the Canadian company called Warrior Apothecary. 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 Is that how I say that word? Probably, maybe. And they have an entire line of Bog Witch concoctions. I'm in love with the Bog Witch Wild Hair Mist. Like hearing these words makes me happy. We really do live in the hyper modern world, don't we? Yeah, hyper modernity. It's like basically we're memeing ourselves right now, right? We're like we realized, being modern, and now we're just like joking about it at this point. You got your bugs, you got your swamps. It smells exactly like when I was a kid and I had to just gone swimming in the far part of the lake where all the weeds and the reeds were. Best smell ever. Love is true. Melt. I will not become enraged. Eyeball twitches. I mean, I usually do reel it back, right? I am willing to acknowledge that there's a part of me that is hot tempered. But I'm also willing to acknowledge that there's a part of me that doesn't want to be that hot tempered version of myself. All right. And then I get to be in opposition, fighting these two fractals. And then this version of me that's just like paying attention, right? Version of me that pays attention knows the best course of action, isn't the one where I lose my shit. I must have summoned you with all the talk of swamp witches and bog witches. Here he is, Joe, going into lurk mode. Love is true, Nancy. We're here with you, friend. Have a great day, Nancy. My head be sinking into this pillow. My doze off listening to y'all's chitter chatter. And I'll send you all the lovin's I can muster. Jovan and Louisiana is feeling a little bit under the weather today. So let's imagine Louisiana's face. Or just, if you don't know what her face looks like, imagine Louisiana's person, right? Imagine Jovan's person. And just imagine them overjoyed, right? Healthy enough to move, to stretch into the world, to breathe clear, to feel well rested, to feel able bodied. Can we all see that? Right? That's in my mind what prayer should be like. right? We shouldn't be like, oh, please help her, the poor thing. She's so sick. She's suffering. No, we go the other side, right? Seeing them overjoyed, seeing them free, seeing them capable of interacting with their loved ones, seeing them with enough energy to be able to do things around their home for themselves and for others. That's what we want. That is what our prayer should be. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I have gone swimming in the LA in the lake. I've never gone swimming in the lake, LA. Is there sand? Sometimes. Usually there's what we call sluk in Afrikaans, which is like a layer of mud, but also slick biomass that feels super slimy and muddy at the same time. I've swam in a fair share of lakes myself. I hope resting helps you feel better, Jogbo. Love you. Thank you, Shan, for manifesting that lovins as well. I heard the goals of the swamp emerges from the swamp. Most lakes I've been to here do joy. There we go. It's weird that you say that, Melty. All of yesterday, I kept having memory lapses on how to operate all my apps yesterday. Everything was like new. Yeah, having our consciousness updated actively, becoming more magical beings, realizing that the fact that you have your heart beating, you are literally generating good vibrations into this world. All right. And then you have this mind with thought patterns also generating waves. Those waves might not always be good, right? But your heartbeat is always good, at least in my mind. So now we just have to realize that all we have to do is bring ourselves into alignment with those good vibrations, right? Uplift ourselves. And that is what conscious evolution is. That's what we do here. Today, we're trying to bring into our active minds, into our consciousness, the fact that having this heartbeat is a good thing, a good vibration. And then just in paying attention to that, just in thinking about that, your mind starts outputting a different vibration. If I came into this space and started berating you for that piece of toast you ate, and like, weird example, I know. Right now, suddenly we're putting our minds, our consciousness, with this infinite of experience we can have, into a state of guilt and a state of shame, and that's reversing, regressing instead of evolving. So that's what we do. That's why we're here, and I'm proud of you, friends, for doing it with me. Thank you, Maxine, for growing. Hopefully, all the upswing, yeah. Healing energies. Apothic. Thank you. Apothecary. 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 There we go. Thank you, friends. Wait, shit. It's okay. You friends, thank you for helping me. Apothecary. She's communicating with us. Don't you think? What do you think it means, y'all? Love. I paid attention for a split second. A pot full of cherries. I'll post a couple of swamp fits in the pics in Discord later on. I was out on an adventure yesterday and got some good photos. Please do, Breath of Bear. Share your fractal with us. It's nice seeing the familiar names in chat. I hang a Scott Bakula poster here. Hey Google, can you show me who Hey Google, can you show me who Scott Bakula is? Scott Bakula. Is an American actor. That's such a weird fractal, dude. Do you like Scott Bakula? He's played in Quantum Leap in the NCIS. Oh, it's the NCIS dude. Oh, how about that? It's the dude from NCIS. That's where I know him from. He was in Star Trek and in more NCIS and in Necessary Roughness, where there's a baseball, no, a football with horns, glasses, and a hat. And I know you're going like, Mel, surely that's a joke, right? No, no, in fact. Oh, it has teeth. Oh, goodness. It's so cursed. He also played in that movie. That's the weirdest freaking. Oh, it has one of those cowboy little spinners that they put in the back of their boots. What the hell am I looking at? Why is this? That's so cursed, isn't it? Who would have knew? I type in Scott Bakula, and then I get whatever that is. Maybe he, touched you in some way or another. I mean, like emotionally, please. I'll post the pig love again. Slimes in the lakes, ew. I don't think I want to be swimming in the lake now. Apparently, that slime mud is really good for your skin, though. Right? So it's like silver linings. I'll post a couple of again. Remember to listen to the silence of the heartbeats you can't hear. Remember to listen to the gaps between your heartbeats. Remember to lean into the gaps between your breaths. Right, where in those gaps, true consciousness can be found as well. Quantum Leap, Bagua, and Star Trek. There we go. Yeah, that is the one apparently, Sam. Joviv, there is some sand, some rocks, but the northern lakes are just gorgeous to swim in. I haven't been able to swim in a lake for around 15 years. My dad sold our cabin after my mom died. That is a shame. Maybe, if you can, Louisiana, like plan a trip to get to a lake, right? Even if it's only for the day, because apparently getting into a lake and just soaking, in that lake has healing properties as well. It also like takes some pressure off of your lower back. So me sending even more healing vibes. Can Amara get in on some of this healing energy too, please? She took quite a tumble on her bike yesterday on the road. Her right shoulder, arm, and leg is all scraped up pretty good. She's never gotten this hurt before, and she's having a rough time today, please. So Amara as well, imagining her being able to stretch her arms out and not feel any discomfort. Breathing without having any sense of pain, moving, feeling completely fine. Like I'm really resonating with her as well. My first tumble was also, like the first time I got like really hurt was also on a bicycle where we were going like down a slope, and when I hit the brakes, I think I like overexerted pressure on my front brakes first, and then my wheel went into a wobble, and then I started buying earth, and I actually, I mean, it's not that bad anymore, but you can probably still see it. Can you see that? That whole piece of my knee was just gone. I got a new layer of skin there now, but it shall never be the same. However, you, little Amara, will be. So, okay. I believe in you. Get better soon, dear one. Thank you, Shan, for letting us celebrate her as well. Second heart theory points at the muscle in the artery and the veins also pumping. I've actually heard about that, right? That it doesn't only have to be pumping, it also works with valves, right? Where with like yoga, what we end up doing is kind of like opening and closing those valves with like different poses as well and putting ourselves in different positions, kind of like channeling that flow of energy in a different way. I know you also do yoga, Hoopy. So yeah, it's pretty cool actually, and you can feel it, right? Like you'll literally feel it in your brain how you're changing your like blood flow. Down here where I live, there are a very few lakes. Oh, okay, and you risk E. coli and leeches, and who knows what. That is pretty rough. I'm thinking about Jovan as well, having lakes. You gonna jump on my lap? There you go. Make yourself comfy. Instantly, my pants are dirtier than they were, but it's nice having a little heartbeat on my lap. Lois, 15 years is a long time. I think it's time to get back in the water. I completely agree. I also hear it's good for the knees. There we go. I'm happy that, Joy Vive is actually tuning into the healing vibes as well. Lord of Illusions, as Waniac reminded me yesterday. Lord of Illusions is one of the movies. Water aerobics, best thing for the knees. I agree, Joy Vive, but it's a long drive and we don't have anywhere to stay. Maybe next year we can rent something for a week or two. In time. Love is true. Thank you, Louisiana, for already planning for that future. Low impact, high resistance, compete, flexibility. Great combo for rehab. Water aerobics, Joe, exactly. Are you trying to pick up an older girl? I mean, you don't have to be old to do water aerobics. Moving your body is a good thing, right? And the water just helps. It's so cursed. I know how to heal broken bodies. What are you waiting for, Josh Mo? Come on, we need you. We need you healing broken bodies. I think. We didn't ask a question. I think we all love Scott Bakula because he's so fucking lovable. And those things go on the back of your boots are called spurs. The more you know, spurs. We don't have those in South Africa. We don't ride horses that much. And we especially don't torture our horses by ramming pieces of steel spurs into their bodies. We have uh, like leashes. One of you horse people are like, Mel, they're not leashes, you stupid asshole. They're called, enter term here, reins. Thank you. Yes, exactly. That's what they're called. Yeah, yeah, reins. You just flip the reins and then they run faster. Okay, Sam, you asked if I'm in the fun zone of the oncoming store. Well, kinda. Love is true. Stay dry, stay safe. Let us know how it goes after it's done with the bear. Big healing energy to Amara. Thank you, Louisiana, for sending her energy as well. Feels mean to laugh, but I kind of did, Joe. You'll be fine. Dan is here too. Y'all, I'm so tired of the humidity. Not even 80 degrees. And it's boiling in my place because we have a whopping 77% humidity. What the F, man? The struggle bus, bro. Seems like all of us are on one or another struggle bus, right? If it's not the sleep struggle bus, you're on the pain struggle bus. If you're not on the pain struggle bus, you're on the sick struggle bus. If you're not on the sleep struggle bus, you're on the heat struggle bus, right? But all of us are struggle busing and our hearts are beating, right? So lean into that. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Something sucks right now. I'm stuffy. I'm sleepy. I'm hurting, but my heart is beating. And that's good. Yeah, lean into it. Feel it. It's nice having you here anyway, Brother Dan. Back you la. My meditation teacher uses quantum leap as an analogy for what happens in meditation. I mean, it practically is, right? It's you as consciousness embodying a different state of reality, all right? That is, in theory, sometimes at least, mostly, inaccessible to your current, waking state of consciousness. So it is kind of quantum. Just some random grumbling. It's okay, dude. And that gave me an opportunity to grumble back at you, Brother Bear. It's the way it's supposed to be. How bad is it gonna get where you are? I'm both ashamed of knowing how to take care of Sugar Mama with a new hip. I'm not ashamed of knowing how to take care of Sugar Mama with a new hip. Love is true. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of as well, right? All I'm reading is I'm not ashamed of knowing how to take care of someone. And like, why would you be? It's good to take care of people. Hey, Heather, sending you blessings, friend. It's nice having you here as well. Minima. Oh, love is to Amara. May she realize just how strong she can be when she heals from this fully. Yeah, isn't that a beautiful manifestation? I love that. Thank you, Jovan. Joe, it's not my hip, it's my knee. I like Louisiana being like, come on. Do you know how to work knees as well? Then I have a new perspective on humidity. Where there is humidity, there is life. The dry desert feels better on my skin, but I don't have those beloved trees and animals. Exactly. Sam, I think we all get bruised. I took the boat out of the water and I'm doing a little prep work, but for the most part, I think it will skate by us. It's hard to tell when they move slow. Yeah. Thank you, Brother Joe Schmo, for preparing yourself. Almost lost my water. My family is coming back home. Nice hydrations. Also, again, Joe Schmo, thank you for preparing. Thank you for taking care of that stuff, Brother Bear. Like we don't have that level of stress here in South Africa, but I'm proud of you for making the most of it. Also, says Jovan, I remembered when I drove in the lake for the phone. I didn't find it. Oh man, but the dip in the lake was the first time I swam in ages. And my skin and my hair loved it. Do recommend. Yeah, healing vibes. I do believe it. I really do. Because I think of it as like conductivity, right? Like that is so much water mass making contact with so much earth, right? At the same time. So you putting yourself in that body of water, like I'm imagining like some sort of energetic happening, right? Also, or it may just be the quality of the water on your hair and skin. You know, it might just only be that, or it might be the cold. Nah, yeah, it might be a plethora of things. Not to be a downer, Shad, but the humidity is not bringing extra life to New York. It just gets stuck here and looms over the city. Yeah, if you want to go downer, you know, like you can add on to that that the humidity also captures more pollution, gas chambering you even harder. Yeah, let's suffer together. Right? I agree. I do agree. Right? These things are true, but also there's other things that are true about it. Right? Like our beloved, Kristen said that there is technically some benefit to the plants. Right? You do have that Central Park, right? Central Park is vibing right now with all of the humidity being like, yeah, yeah, drinking them waters. Jovan, I thought about you yesterday. I was out canoeing and was thinking about you and how you would have loved it. I'm sending you a couple of pics. Bless. Thank you, Joshua. You got it, Mel. These things. Hello, Ma. No, like mooi? Wat van mensen wijs? Wat van mensen wijs? Ai. Ik zal al die camera omdraaien. Wat een geval. My mom with her high heels almost fell over as she's approaching the camera. Look at my mom supermodeling it out here with her baby seal leather boots.
Baby seal, nasty.
Mama like mooi. Uh, yeah, celebrate heartbeats. Okay, Kristen, I gotta come and visit you. Once I only spent a week in the Palm Springs, and my skin felt so different. It really does have an effect. I think I missed some of but the Hoopy's comment. These things called tree locks are as well known of Enderman. Different schools use the miraculous effect. I'm thinking you're talking about those, valves in your blood flow. I'm happy that you're also familiar with those, but the bear. There we go. All of the people. Mama, she's already gone. I'll tell her later. I usually do tell her about you, friends, and the things that you say. Sending her lovin's. Kristen, I gotta come and visit you also. I spent a week. Okay, I think I read one already. Thank you, Mel. I walked, and she biked up the hill, and then she went down the hill, saying, "On my way to heaven." Her foot slipped off the pedal, and she fell over, kind of getting dragged a little. Yeah, that sounds very familiar. Very, very familiar. Sending her lovin's. I'm sure she'll get better soon. And the crowd goes wild. Yeah. I wish my mom would, start making content as well. I've been encouraging her to. I was telling her that, she could like make a whole channel where she basically teaches people how to make pretty simple at-home recipes, And then eventually, if she wants to monetize, she can make like packages with all of the ingredients pre-measured out that you would need for your baking. And then she can enable people around South Africa, maybe eventually around the world, to be able to feel that sense of purpose of being able to bake something in their own ovens and then feed their own people with that. Right? I just have a hard time, getting her to start. It is hard. I get it. I get it. Believe you me, I understand. But I do think she's a superstar. I just wish she would believe it as well. I keep encouraging her, telling her how beautiful she is. I told her that was an interesting choice of words right before it happened. It's like, at least, I mean, maybe there was like a moment of heaven there, right? Like the airborne dun, 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 flying through the air before hitting hell. Buying some dirt again. The Wuzana Jaju. Honestly, any one of you beautiful peoples, just know that you're always welcome to my humble southern Indiana home. And I'd love to take y'all to the lake. It's beautiful. I'd love to share. I'm looking forward to my round one day. You don't ride horses in South Africa because you have your lions and baboons to ride. Yeah, you see. Joy Vive being all of the big brains. Exactly. Why ride horses when you have lions to ride? Right? Are you stupid? Why not ride lions, dude? Why not ride, hippogriffs? You can fly them. Is there anything big enough to let a person fly on it? No. Fuck. That sucks. Why are there no pterodactyls? Bring the dinosaurs back. I want to be I want to be able to mount a pterodactyl and fly with it. Ask Melt about it, Joe. Not recommended. You can't ride a baboon. No, you definitely cannot ride a baboon, right? A baboon will rip you a new one, straight up. Hey Google, can you show me a baboon's canines? Oh goodness, yeah. Like this ain't no joke. Like living in South Africa, if you see that, right? Like you fucking run. That's what a baboon's face looks like. That's like a lot of room to get. No, 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 yeah, no, 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 no. Right, like we actually unironically walk around with rifles for if a baboon, decides to step up, he's gonna have to get stepped down because baboons will fuck you up, like they'll straight up mess your shit up. They will not chill. A baboon launcher would be an interesting at close range. I mean, yes, I believe it would be super furious getting launched by anything. So whatever it hits is probably not gonna have a good time. But yes, no one's mounting them like the cannon guy at the circus. I'm not thinking lions are very keen on being ridden either. I feel like the lions would be more okay with it than the baboons. Right? Like the lions, that you can have chill lions. I have yet to see any chill baboons. Like they get viscerally aggressive, right? Even if you feed them, right? If you feed them, they get more aggressive because they become entitled, and then they're like, "Huh, your food is my food," and they'll straight up break into your home, right? And they'll shit on your countertops, eating your food in front of you, being like, "What's up, oh? You're gonna try and stop me? Look at these, oh." Look at my face, bro. I'll wreck yours. Ostriches. Yeah, you're right. You can ride big burbs. You can actually, unironically, ride an ostrich, but you can't fly on an ostrich. Right? That's the gap. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to shrink myself, make myself small, and then I can ride hummingbirds like a little fairy. That sounds like a whole life to me. I have a pretty Americanized perspective here. If I can't eat it or ride it, I don't know if I can do proper damage with it. Likely no. We do eat baboons in South Africa, though, right? Some tribes, some people will make biltong out of them. Also, probably a yikes. I want a baby something that grows to be a big armored mount. A turtle, massive turtles. That would be pretty sick as well. But unfortunately, they already have to deal with a crazy amount of weight on their little limbs. Jovan, thank you. I will take you up on that one of these days. A melt friend road trip with my fam is something I think about a lot. I mean, you were just talking about not having a place to stay and having to think about doing it only next year. Now you have a space to stay and a guide, technically, that will be willing to take you to those lakes. It sounds like all wins to me. Now it's just about doing it, fucking taking it, and doing it for yourself. Jovan, thank you. That was true. Dragon Joe, you want a dragon. I also do want a dragon, but I don't want to. I instantly started being like, actually, I do, right? I want a shape shifting dragon. I want my dragon to be like cat like, right? Cat sized, like this big, and then I want it to like be sitting on my shoulder, like tail curled around my arm, and then head resting on this shoulder. And then as soon as I want to ride my dragon, I like tap it on its back, and then it goes, and then turns into a massive dragon, and then I can get on top of my dragon and then fly places. Dragon travel would technically be pretty inefficient and would actually suck ass, but let's not go there. I would still want to, you know. I wouldn't be able to go that far. Believe you me, having wind in your face like that for 2 hours at a time, not a good time, right? Not fun. It will like this is so I feel like I'm scattered a little bit to create some clarity. If we had dragons, we would still be driving cars right now. That's basically what I'm saying, right? Technically, because you have air conditioning and you have box that keeps you away from the wind. Maybe we just have like boxes. We would build cars on top of our dragons, but that just sounds like cars with extra steps. I have gators. Yeah, already got dragons, but they're fussy. Can't saddle a gator comfortably without having gills and hella open hips. Also true. They don't like the saddles. Louisiana, yes, come visit. Why do you do this, Joe? I mean, he's Florida man. Why wouldn't he? I could hook them up like sled dogs, maybe. That sounds even cooler. Melt mom, always so pretty. She really is. I mean, you know, she's an inspiration to me to actually dress well. She's an inspiration to me to make clothing eventually as well. Having a mom that likes to dress well. She has too many clothings. Too many clothings though. Like she literally has more clothing than she needs. Right? Probably this is the better way to say it. She has more clothing than she knows about. Right? So in my mind, I take that as a model as well, where the clothing I want to make one day is going to be extremely bland visually outside. So you can wear the same thing every day. And then I'm going to digitally customize, right? Like I'm going to this is and I've shared this idea with you friends before. The way I want to create like the lit brand is by using all hemp products, then bleaching that hemp to different degrees, mostly trying to keep it as unbleached as possible, and then using some sort of like extremely naturally occurring maybe bleach, like some sort of vinegar or something like that, to get it a little bit lighter, and then having like darker ones as well, and then keeping like strips, right, and then weaving those strips together, having like light and dark patterns, and then using those light and dark patterns as grids that you can actually map digital content onto. In other words, you will be able to customize your clothing to anybody who's like has a cell phone technically, right? If someone is like, "Oh, your costume looks kind of bland," you can go take out your cell phone and look at me through that. And then you can literally have this transforming outfit. You're like, yeah. And then you can, with a press of a button, change your outfit. Maybe even have the outfit connected to some sort of, you know, biometer, and then have that biometer feed directly into an emotional Geiger counter, and then have that Geiger counter basically change through a different, you know, spectrum your outfits as well. You know, you enrage your beloved, then suddenly going from wearing a beautiful Elsa dress to wearing lava, you know, like it could be a whole vibe. That's the way I kind of see clothing in the future. Like it already is kind of like a peacocking thing, right? And we might as well lean into it while using less resources, buying the same piece of clothing, because hemp apparently lasts for decades. Like you can wear a piece of like that is kind of the way that I see it as well. I would like to sell, you know, clothing that people want to, right, look forward to wearing, like buy themselves 6 pairs of clothing or 7 pairs of clothing for like for a week, and then literally wear that for the next 2 decades, not having to buy anything else. And then by the time they buy themselves new clothing, the technology has progressed so far that, you know, they'll have some sort of super suit. Hopefully I can use all of the money I make, you know, from selling clothing for R&D to eventually make super suits. I'm not joking about that either. I already have a pretty concrete concept as to it's not going to be that super, right? bear with me. It's not going to be like Iron Man punch holes in walls. No, it's probably going to just be temperature control, being able to be comfortable in your clothing, in your body, wherever you are. Oh, it's 70 degrees Celsius outside. This is fine. I'm like vibing actually. Like this is nice, right? Like that's what I hope for. Your mommy's got these fancy boots. Love is true. Thank you, friends. Mom comes in and the crowd goes wild. You friends are making me so happy seeing all the lovin's. I like the kitchen stream that you did, Melty. Your mom could definitely do streams with you. 100%. She just has to get over that barrier of telling herself the story of, I couldn't do that. Right? Because that's what's stopping all of us. It's not so much not being able to do the thing, it's us telling ourselves that we are unable to do the thing. Right? That's what stands in most of people's ways. I feel like so many people would sub to your mama's cooking channel. Exactly, right? She could make herself an extra layer of her business. She could have even more sales for her baking. Like it will only benefit her, right? And I know this. I understand it very intrinsically. But getting them to do it is the point of resistance. I know I would. I am always open to learn any useful tips in life. Cooking, cleaning, styling, loving, exercise, etc. Love is true. Melty, mamas traditionally bring the best tips and tricks to the kitchen. I think she could spread some wisdom to the world if you help her a little. I already thought about that actually, Joshmo. The way I'm going to eventually do it is buy her like this camera called an Insta. Is it the Insta 360? I think so. Insta 360 webcam. It has like a little gimbal on top of it. And then I'm going to attach that little gimbal to some sort of cheap computer. And then I'm going to attach that cheap computer to internet connection. And then I'm going to give her a single button. And then that single button is going to automatically generate a new stream title, maybe like with a day number. And then it's basically just going to be an eye in her space watching her as she bakes, right? And then she can talk to the camera, share what she's going through, what she's experiencing, what she's making right now, show you the whole process. And then alongside that, offer the service of, I think like it could be a cool service of having like almost like the whole Hello Fresh or whatever, them sending you these pre-portioned meals and then you cooking at home, doing the same thing for baking, right? And then doing it as like a niche, personal brand. Like you're not buying it because it's so much better than doing it yourself. You're buying it for the convenience and for the support of another person. So I am participating in these fractals. It's just a finances thing at this point. And as we continue, I will make more money, right? I believe at least. I am gonna start something new to try and generate some more capital, right? This fractal of as soon as I stop thinking about what I need, wait a second, I might be butchering it. I started making a lot more money when I stopped thinking about what I need and instead started thinking about what other people need, right? So I believe people need art because we do love art. I believe people need poetry because we've been doing poetry. I believe people need conversations. That's why we do this. I believe people need to move their bodies. That's why I do the yoga, right? So those are the needs that I'm trying to fulfill. But it is difficult, with our current level of reach to make a decent income that way. So the next need that I'm going to start leaning into is entertainment because people like being entertained. So that's coming up. I'm looking forward to seeing this growth with you friends. I hope that you enjoy it as well, right? Watching this fractal kind of, keep transforming, see how things are changing on this side. That Insta360 is a great camera. It is a 3D camera known for recording 360 degrees. I also want one of those, actually. I do want one of those. Never heard of it being used for webcams, though. So there's another product. Hey, Google, can you show me the Insta360 camera that is a webcam with a gimbal? So the 360 camera is one that I want as well. But this is actually the one I'm talking about. Give me a photograph. There it is. Look at this, Naren. Look at that little dude. Isn't that cute? So you can literally put that up in the corner of the room, and that little gimbal will follow you around, right? And it's like $200, I think. Let me see if I can find a price. That can't be right. Hell no. Yeah, $300. So it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap. $300 is a little bit pricey for me right now. That's like, a month's worth of capital essentially. But we'll get there, right? I do want to get myself one of those 360 cams as well. At this point, I'm basically just waiting for the 4th generation of it, and then I'll get myself one. But that's also like one of them that I would like to make some dancing music with. Those burbs are losing their minds because Shelby is on the roof. Shelby, how'd you get on the roof, kitty? And there she goes. Doesn't help to worry about her. She is a cat after all. Whew, okay. 77% humidity sounds wonderful. It was 98, yeah, the other day. You were drudging through it. In Dragon Warrior IV, my party found these ferocious enchanted baboons. Hopefully you can use your dragons to light them on fire. I know you're talking about games though, right? Please, we're talking about game worlds. I haven't had a chance to send you the article. They caught a 15-foot, 800-pound gator in freaking Mississippi. Hey Google, can you convert 15 foot to meters? 4.5-meter long gator. Lane, bro, have you ever seen a 15-foot alligator, dude? That's not okay, bro. Please. 800 pounds. That's like 350 kilograms. That's like 4 of me. 5 of me, technically. That sounds like a big yikes. That's great. I don't know of this camera before. The more you know, Naren. I'm sorry for scratching that shiny object itch. Now we want more things, right? Unfortunately, as soon as you start making content, you instantly lose the luxury of not knowing what to do with your next paycheck. Because now suddenly you want to buy more lenses, you want to buy more gear, you want to buy more lights, you want to buy better audio equipment, and then I'm gonna buy better tripods, and then I'm going to buy, better softened boxes, and then I'm gonna buy this. Okay. Content creation will suck the life out of you. It's nice having cool toys. You don't really need it though, right? And I feel like this stream is proof of that. Like we've been doing this stream just with a cell phone. We did technically upgrade of the audio. That has made things a little bit better. And this was an expensive upgrade, but other than that, we've been pretty content with what we have. If you're here right now, only for a moment, thank you. And again, today's stream topic is about how your heartbeat, the fact that you have a heartbeat, is literally putting out good vibrations into the world, right? Acknowledge, feel your own heartbeat, and just acknowledge that this is good. The fact that my heart is beating right now is good. The fact that I get to be in this world right now is good. Sure, some parts of the world, some parts of our experience, some parts of our body might not be the best experience, might not be good. But the fact that you are is good. I celebrate you. You are loved. Joe, springtime is the busiest time of the year, but if you find your way to the next of the woods, shenanigans will be had. I can't stand the kids' clothing here. The pills gather lint, dust, dirt, and become itchy. The pills? Maybe that's the brand name? They don't come off. Pills grow. Pills and get harder. Like in my mind, a pill is something that you ingest, right? Like a medicine. I don't know. You're not causing the pills. I think it's the quality or the lack of the fabric. I'm so confused. Big confusions. Natural fibers and the quality of the like of our flexibility and then used properly. Yeah. Clothing can be a big thing. I feel like unfortunately, hemp isn't actually the most comfortable. Like you have to kind of like wear it in. So that is gonna probably be like an R&D thing. We're gonna have to figure out. Do you use a clothing shaver to deal with the pills? You're talking about those little fluffy balls. Are those called pills? Maybe. You're not causing the pills, like it's true. It's a typical wear and tear. It happens. Duck, I'm so going to do a solo road trip, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a rooster between now and then. So I'm going to take a road trip, cross country with a rooster in the cab of my truck. That sounds like an adventure. We have a rooster that's been screaming its lungs out as well. Last night, well, this morning, 4 or 5 a.m., when I was laying there, of course, our rooster had to go. And I was like really fighting the murderous part of myself. I was like, no, man, relax, relax. Oh, breathe, breathe. You want to sleep. You don't want to. You don't want to get up. Okay. That's great. Love this camera. Love you. Love that idea, Joe. If you get stranded and you're hungry, hush, Jonas. Love is true. Hey, hey, again, Lay. Not a 15-foot one. Yeah, that's big, bro. Rooster keeps looking at the bottle of hot sauce and the cup holder. They get way bigger than that, too. I've seen an 18-foot gator. Its girth at the widest was 5 foot. Wow. The gator is as wide as a smaller lady is tall. Then, or just those white ducks tall. Love is true. The crocs get even bigger than that. I saw a 27 croc in captivity once. What? 27 foot? That can't be right. Hey, Google, can you convert 27 feet into meters? No, 8 meters, bro. Not the charts. That's like between me and that tree. Like I think that unironically, I think that's 8 meters, right? Doesn't that seem a little bit much? Let me actually like do a rough estimate. I'm gonna do like a step count, right? From the cushion that's right here to that tree. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh golly. That's still too much, yo. I don't want to come into contact with a being that large. Ay, 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 you silly. I'm gonna squeezy you. I'll squeezy you, I'll squeezy. I'll squeezy you. You'll get squeezied. Oh, you'll get so squeezied. Ah, you surely. Ah, you silly. Yeah, that's crazy. Mighty Mike. Love is true. And vinegar, that one. Use the gauge. Feel like we have completely derailed the conversation. Maybe it's time to pull a card. Can you litter box train a rooster? No, I don't think you can. You're gonna get so much shit in your car. It's gonna like I don't know if it's possible to litter box train any bird. I just think they don't do that, right? Because in their world, wherever they want to poop, they poop. Right? They just drop loads. It's totally legit. I'm not believing you. I'm just baffled by this the scale that something like that exists. Totally legit. I saw the thing about 20 years ago. There was a man-eater croc that was terrorizing the small fishing village in Indonesia. Oh, blah. Blessings to the Indonesians. They made diapers for chickens. I imagine they would come in rooster size as well. Yeah, this world we live in. When they finally killed it, they clocked in the largest croc discovered at over 30 feet long. Incredibly adorable jaw. The small fishing village in Indonesia. Love is true. The croc conversation. What's today's stream topic again? Heartbeats? Yeah, the crocodiles have heartbeats too, right? So celebrating them, massive crocodiles. Do you know how hard those how hard those hearts have to work in order to beat enough blood to travel 8 meters to the tips of their tails. You're a unicorn. Suddenly starts growing a massive horn out of my forehead. It's like, yeah, being a unicorn might be more yikes than you realize. I need cock covers. Can you aid me in my search, please? Please. Starts Googling cock covers. Have like the most questionable ads for the rest of your life. Oh, this conversation got so derailed. Card time. It is the 27-footer I saw in Activities in Merrill Beach. I just wanted this for my whole entire. I'll be wanted for my whole entire life. Your friends cracked me up. Are you ready for the card? Mel, check out Rooster Diaper. She's not even joking. I didn't think you were joking because some people do have like house chickens, and I was guessing like if people have like diapers on their monkeys, surely they will have diapers on their. Oh my goodness, it's like rewashable diapers. This is even better. I don't know why, but I feel like this is even better than I would have anticipated. Like there's an actual Etsy listing with someone selling chicken diapers for 18 bucks. Can I see some photos, please? I am loving presence. I am calm awareness. When my internet doesn't work, I am patient. Man, the fact that my cards are getting delaminated is also causing me mild concern. I don't know if I'm supposed to cut them out of the little plastic I put them in and try and redo it or something. Yeah, it's not loading, Lovazana. Like this is what I'm being met with. Oh, it's fantastic! But I believe you. I think there's like a little photo on the outside of the link at least. Look at that chicken diaper. Like the size of that diaper causes me concern though. Like that looks like a big poop catcher, yo. How much poop are you catching realistically? Looks like you're going to try and fertilize your lands with the size of that bag. Pink alligators. The rooster will be beefed. I think this comment didn't go through, but the Indonesian man-eater croc was clocked in. I think we did read that one actually. 30 feet long. That is pretty crazy. And potty trained. And roosters will be wearing diapers. Okay, card time. It is. Let's pull some cards. We have there's Shelby now. We saw her on the roof last, and now she's back next to us. Little adventure. Chicken diaper, melt style. There's a melty style chicken diaper. The second one doesn't have a photo on the listing. Let's see if this one's gonna work while I pull a card. Yeah, this one actually does work. I don't know why, but something makes me feel wrong looking at these photos. Right? I really don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like there's some sort of sacrilege being committed. Right? Like is it just me? Oh, come on, bro. Don't be like that. Look at that. Right? Like do you feel that feeling of like this is not right? Right? What have we done? Why are we what are we doing right now? How far have we fallen? It is melty style though. That chicken has a fit. But does the chicken like it? Right? That's the question that I have to come up with. Like, does the chicken like it? The sun setting behind. Just to share that for a moment. Green, you think? Let's see. Diapers on animals seem relative to the willingness of the animal to wear and said diaper exactly. You're gonna teach the rooster how to take shit in Mountain Dew bottles, Joe. That's so stereotyping of you. You know, just because he's Florida man doesn't mean he drinks Mountain Dew by the gallon. The prehistoric crocs, they grew 50 feet long, and massive boa constrictors with vertebrae the size of your hand in the ancient. Amazonian River. So wild, dude. I mean, if we're gonna go down that fractal, we can think about those massive sharks as well. Not green. Not. I mean, there's some orange in there. There's some green as well. But this is a really beautiful card. There we go. I think Joe Schmo might be the closest to right. Orange and blue. Those little orange triangles. Blue Vesica Pisces. Blue main card. Multicolored hands holding our world. Heartbeats, right? All of our heartbeats, all around the world, all of our diversity, every heartbeat, Sam, all of us. No heartbeat excluded. I'll turn it around so you friends can look at that. That's sunset vibes. Yo, was spot on indeed. One more time. Suddenly it has a different energy with the sunset behind it, huh? And then we'll read what it means. Earth prayers. Card number 4. I feel like this is such a perfect card for today. Core meanings, sustainability, and stewardship. Embedded in this card is complex geometry that begins as the flower of life and then is transformed into tetrahedral patterns, forming a protective divine matrix around the planet. From the birth portal at the center of the Vesica Pisces, our home, Mother Earth shines in beauty and grace. Many colored hands surround and reside within these patterns, symbolizing participation of all beings in stewardship and sustainability. Stewardship denotes understanding that there is spirit in everything and that everything is connected. We literally talked about that in depth today. Again, man, this makes me happy. It implies awareness that each of our actions, whether it is growing a vegetable, cutting a tree, or using natural resources, affects the whole. Even our thoughts have this power. Being stewards of the earth doesn't mean living without abundance or placing judgment on the actions of others or ourselves. It does mean living with a sense of connectedness and the relationship with all beings and respect for the earth. Several indigenous tribes believe we must consider the effects of our actions and demonstrate the stewardship to the 7th generation. How might your daily actions and decisions be affected as you consider their effects 7 generations into the future? Are you considering this question? As you consider this question and feel the tenderness of this time in Earth's story, realize also the power of your prayers and intentions. We were praying today multiple times. This is tripping me out. See and feel the earth as abundant and self sustaining. See and feel humans treading lightly upon her land and making decisions that will defend rather than wound the earth. How can you more fully live with an attitude of stewardship? Hot diggity damn. No, that's a card if I've ever read one. What a trip. What a trip. Educate? No etiquette? No, I don't know how to spell it. Behavior is what I meant. It's orange and blue. It was. Had a good day yesterday. It's trickling through. Bless. Diapers are apparently very useful for sick or injured hens who used to be tended to indoors for a while. There we go. I don't want no sick chickens. Yeah, exactly. I'm the king of conversation derailing. You really are. It is the way it should be though, right? That is what this participation and co-creation kind of allows. No, I know. I'm just saying there's one reason why chickens would wear one. Melty, thank you, brother. Thank you, bro. Let's play some kalimba to finish off our stream today. Some people keep them as house pets, but they wouldn't be in the diaper 24/7, just wandering free in the house. Exactly. You don't want them soft little poopies on your rugs. I'm just reading about it. It's interesting. It's the same thing for monkeys, right? Like people here in Froblersdal, church friends have a capuchin monkey, right? And they came and visited us one day, and I loved it. They came with the monkey, of course. I viscerally loved seeing that little face, right? I would like reach my hand out to it, and it would use its little hand with its opposing thumb, right, and its little fingies, and it would grab onto my fingertip, right? And I had like that mushroom necklace on my neck at that point, and I was holding it in my arms, diaper and all, right? And it would keep playing with this little lighter, you know, and biting on it, and I was like, bruh, this feels straight up magical, but I don't want one. I would like to play with one every now and then, you know, have someone else kind of like take on that responsibility. But having a monkey myself, nah, I'm all right. I'm okay, thank you. Just reading about it. That would be me, either a house chicken or a house duck. It wouldn't be the first time. I mean, you have had little house finches, right? Multiple times now. They were kind of, you know, in a house where they could kind of like do their business. Thank you, Joy, for posting the photo as well. Seeing myself in that photo, tripping me out. Okay, triple three. Are we ready? It's time for us to play some kalimba. We'll do sunset. We'll do sunset vibes. Uh, can you comment in chat wide or a little bit more zoomed in? Wide or zoomed in? Spam chat. Wide or zoom? Wide or zoom, today, like every day, you're welcoming us into your home and into your heart. You smile, you sing, you laugh, you cry with us. You've exposed yourself and express yourself. Thank you so much for being a window into your world. Thank you so much for this window into your world. Wide? We have a wide. Wide. There we go. We have double wide. Wide it is. Ask and ye shall receive. Thank you, Brother Joe Schmo, for blessing me with your presence as well, man. Like the honor of being able to do this for you friends comes with having my heart beat with yours as well. It truly is a blessing. Okay. Let's go. And just like that, we are finesse. Pippi came up to me with the most dirtiest feetsies I've ever seen. You got such muddy feetsies, Pepsi. Look at them mudsies. You see that? It's such a muddy feetsies. Can't be jumping on my lap with such muddy feetsies. I was like, ah, yeah. She wants to touch me with her feetsies. And I'll give you lovin's, but no touch with muds. I don't want none of your dirties. Oh, please. It's gonna be 1744 in like a second. Let's see if we have our Shan message. There we go. A little bit wider. I love you, brother, on a very fundamental level. You make this world more beautiful, and you are cherished and celebrated at my table. Everyone here does that to my heart, so this place is wrapped in divinity. The universe flows freely in this corner of existence. Thank you for being here and adding to this beating mosaic of life. Bro, I've been using mosaic in my poetry as of late. I've also been called to that word. This is a heartbeat, right? I do believe that's why we do it every day, right? On the cosmic scale, our heartbeat is kind of like the day after day after day, the earth turning on its axis. You know, we get to see the sunrise and fall away, sunrise and fall away. That's like a heartbeat as well, right? That oscillation. And us showing up for love is us beating the heart of love, pumping that loving goodness into the veins of society through the central nervous system that is the internet. So thank you, bro, for being a part of it. I appreciate it more than I can say. I type like a 2-year-old, but you get the gist. I do. Let me see if I can read you one of those pieces of poetry that I wrote with the word mosaic in it. See if you resonate with it as well. Did I use it in yesterday's? No. I used tapestry yesterday, which is almost the same as mosaic, right? Day before yesterday. Molecule. Day before day of yesterday? I guess so. I feel like I'm spacing. Where is my mosaic, yo? There it is. So this one was co-created. This is the original. This is the one that I wrote. We are more than the sum of our parts. We are a network of minds and hearts. We share our ideas, our insights, our skills. We collaborate, we innovate, we build. We are not alone in this complex world. We are connected by the threads and the webs we know. We access the knowledge, the wisdom, the one. We learn, we grow, we adapt in order to overcome, in order to become. We are a product of 30 trillion cells. We are a miracle of life and evolution itself. I should have added there. We reproduce. We think together. We learn the truth. We pool our resources. We solve our problems. We are collective intelligence. We are greater than our limited selves. We are the future of humanity. We are the collective intelligence. We choose. We are the force of nature and culture. We shape our environment and ourselves. We create. We transform, we transcend. Collective intelligence is our strength. Together, we can achieve anything. And this is the one with the mosaic beep booped, right? Co-created with AI. We are a hive mind of buzzing bees. We are a symphony of harmonies. We share our ideas, our insights, our skills. We collaborate, we innovate, we build. We are not alone in this vast universe. We are a mosaic of diverse shapes and colors. We access the knowledge, the wisdom, the one. We learn, we grow, we become in order to become. We are a rainbow of 30 trillion cells. We are a miracle of life and evolution. We inherit the genes, the traits, and the functions. We survive, we thrive, we reproduce. We think together, we learn the truth. We pool our resources, we solve our problems. I think the rest of it is the same. Yeah, and then it ends with collective intelligence is both a blessing and a curse. Together we can achieve anything. or destroy everything. And then I want to read yesterday's. I really enjoyed yesterday's poem. It's called Love Melts Hate. This is the flower that came with it. Yeah, yeah. Isn't that psychedelic? My clothing turned into flowers. There's like definitely some creatures living in the orange. And then it goes like this: Love melts hate in a world consumed by strife and. It's right over. In a world consumed by strife and fear, hate's crypt titans drawing near. Yet within this darkness, a glimmer of light, love enduring strength, shining bright. For hate merely perpetuates the cycle of pain, a loop of suffering, nothing to gain. But love, love is the cure, healing us, making hearts endure. Let's celebrate the chains. Let's break the chains. Let's break the chains that hatred has spun. Embrace forgiveness, let compassion run. In this tapestry of life we weave, hope and unity is what we believe. With open arms and hearts so wide, we'll stand as beacons side by side. The journey to peace starts within, a choice to love, to mend again. From within us all the power reside, to change the world, cast hate aside. One by one, let's bridge the divide, with love our compass, forever to guide. So let us strive for a better day, for a brighter day, where love conquers all. In the symphony of humanity, we play our part, a future of harmony engraved on our heart, a world where love melts hate once and for all. Peppy, you're dirty. I'm not gonna let you get on my lap. I'm sorry. Your feet is caked in mud, like straight up caked in it, right? Like I can see the mud squeezing through your little toesicles, and I do not want none of that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like she's like, hey, you're not letting me sit on your lap. You always let me sit on your lap, but look, you got mud between your toes, yo. Can you see that? Look at that. That'll be all up on my stuff. I don't want none of that. Yeah, that's mud. I know you like it. I like it too, in moderation, but not on my body, and especially not right now. Okay, let me read the last of the comments. I have to read my Shan message, and then we'll say goodbye. Come on, comments. Come on, come on, come on. A load for me. A load for me. I want to see. Have you tried closing it and opening it back up again? There we go. That did it. That's some nice poetry. Bless. Thank you, Naren. I'm happy that you enjoy it as well. I don't know why, but the monkey faces creep me out. The smaller the monkey, the more creepy it is. I just saw a person, dude. That's all I saw. Maybe that's creepy to some people, but that was just reaffirming to the way that I see the world. Beating hearts. Don't play. I think I haven't. Oh, this is what I think that one of the biggest Shan messages yet. Love the taffy. If you touch it, it'll stick to you, and it'll stick to everything you interact with. Sticky, stay sticky, my friends. Joe posted a sweet poem in the Discord yesterday. Love is true. Yesterday's flower and poem had me in a puddle, melting. That's interesting, Duck. I wonder why they creep you out. It's like being confronted with the reality that you're not that different, right? That you are the same thing. You are a monkey. I think that's probably why it creeps us out. Thank you for appreciating it, Joy. It holds a lot of significance for me. Thank you, Joe. Not. I thought it was Joe Schmo for a second. Usually, I add like a Z to the Joe, right? Because it's Jovan. To know. Otherwise, it's Joe Schmo in my mind. I would definitely road trip with a monkey, but I think it would be much more difficult. Oh yeah, 100%. What channel is it in again, Joe? I want to read it as well. Me too, actually. It's in Creative Space, I believe. Let's see. Let's read that poem maybe before I read the Shan message. There it is. Here is Jovan's poem. As above, so below, a blessing deeply tragic. In shadows, dark remains glow. Connections create static. A sacred dance of ebb and flow, seemingly automatic. From stars that burn to roots that grow, expanding love like magic. The more we explore our inner awareness, the more we expand our capabilities of feeling. We don't necessarily feel better. Feeling higher highs means we'll feel lower lows. But we get better at feeling. We learn how to handle the extremities when weather fronts roll in. Simultaneously, we are our own shelter in the storm and a cabana in our paradise. That's so beautiful. GPT says, as we grow more in touch with our inner selves, we open up to a wider range of feelings. It's a bit like working out a muscle, just our hearts become stronger with exercise. We become more resilient in handling our emotions. While it's true that we might encounter ups and downs, these experiences help us become more skilled at navigating life's emotional twists and turns. Practicing that heart, right? I'm tripping out. You posted that yesterday. I didn't even see this, Jovan, and then just so happens that my stream topic completely aligns with that fractal as well. Excuse me. That fractal as well. The strength of our hearts, honoring our beating hearts. Thank you for that, Joe, for letting me read it as well. My chaotic attachment style. Yeah, the poems give me chills. Love is true. Okay, our Shan message. Without further ado, goes something like: have the most beautifulest day, everyone. I sincerely love you all so very super duper macho grande giga gigantically galactically considerably colossally dearly. Melt in all of you oh so very absolutely wildly wonderful, amazingly inconceivable, splendidly spectacularly breathtakingly astonishingly enchantingly gorgeously brilliantly magical, magically magical divine friends with beating hearts that all play a glorious significant part in the grand symphony of the universe. Ah, I think that might be my favorite one yet. As we love you, dear Shan. No, you. Blessings to you, dear friends. Thank you for joining me again, for sharing love, for realizing that you are a part of everything, right? Like, not a part of this world, not a part of your country, not a part of a society, not a part of this community. Sure, all of those things, but also everything. Infinity. Embrace your power. Celebrate your heartbeat. Know that you are loved. Lane is still here for the poetry. Blessings. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you again very soon. Tomorrow. I love you. Blessings. Until we do